So Tyler Oliveira is this racist YouTuber. And don't worry, he's not offended by me calling him that, because according to him, the word racism doesn't mean anything anymore. That's exactly what he said in his last video, after all. Which frankly makes it all the more confusing why he got so triggered by people calling him a racist to his face.
End of the day, if all you can do is spam racist, 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 your points are quite invalid. And honestly,
it is quite ironic what he considers funny and what he considers insulting. Clearly he considers being called a racist insulting. At least that's what I'm assuming from the middle finger. But a racist white man calling black people primates? According to Tyler, that's the height of comedy.
Don't let me, you sorry fucking sand.
There was Haitian.
See? That's not insulting. That's not offensive. That's hilarious. He couldn't even stop himself from laughing. Oh, and he gave this guy a lot of camera time. A lot of it. It's almost like he was saying something that Tyler wanted to be heard. I would go so far as to say that perhaps Tyler is a racist, but that doesn't mean anything because the word racist doesn't mean anything. Just like Tyler said in his last video. So he really shouldn't find this upsetting at all. But the interesting thing is people like him like to pretend as if they're the real journalists. They're more real than people in CBS or ABC. They're doing the work that the mainstream media won't do. You know what else the mainstream media wouldn't do? Openly laugh at white supremacist jokes. Now, if they have, I guess I missed that episode of 60 Minutes. But, you know, Barbara Walters wasn't like, yes, black people are that. And then Tyler had an interview video with Dominique. I'm not even going to pretend like I can pronounce his last name. This guy is a white supremacist from Poland, and he's made it into Polish politics. He's not the prime minister, but let's be honest. Poland is an Eastern European cesspit of racism and bigotry. I don't expect much from him. And you're not going to get much from him. In this video that Tyler has with him, he advocates for pew-pewing undocumented migrants. Like straight up unaliving them. And surely you would think Tyler would push back against him. Nope, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. That whole video is a puff piece for Polish white supremacy. Which, I mean, it's Poland. I wasn't expecting much. But a Barbara Walters or Chuck Todd, they would have pushed back. Or any, you know, non-racist journalist would have pushed back. But not Tyler, because that word racist doesn't mean anything anymore. It's lost all of its meaning, of course. Instead, his entire video or interview, and I'm really using that word interview very liberally, is a cozy little circle jerk. In fact, the only people who push back against the white supremacy in that video are two Italian tourists. Which, I'm torn on this, because on one hand, that's disgusting. If Dominique, whatever the fuck his last name is, came to me, I would argue, I would push back against him. And on the other hand, if you're a racist white person in America, you should move to Poland today. It's got Dominique, women, food, I assume. Go online, book your ticket now, and leave my country forever. But in general, you wouldn't expect much from Poland. Let's be real. But ideally, we would expect more from an American journalist. But of all his videos, I think his last video was the best. Tyler decided to take his racism to Charleroi, Pennsylvania. And Charleroi quickly told him to fuck off.
I love this town. I love the people. I love the immigrants.
Leave these hating people alone.
what did I do?
Get the God of here.
You're embarrassing your mother.
Okay.
You're feminine. You're good. This is my motherfucking town.
I gotta say, I am really obsessed with the people of Charleroi. Because in Springfield, you saw the most disgusting of Americans. You saw blatant white supremacists. You saw black people trying to suck up to racist white people. It was only the worst. So I really love how the people of Charleroi circle the wagons around the Haitian community. That's what we all need to do. When a racist little white boy comes to your town, you tell him to fuck off. And then tell him to take his ass to the country that he clearly loves more than America. Go to Poland, bitch, and stay there. Make no mistake, the way he was literally assuming every black person in town was Haitian is the same way a lot of white people see us. We all the same to them. We all look the same. So if you think for one moment that you'll be treated differently just because of your English, you're dumb. And if you don't protect the Haitian community, who's going to protect you when racist white boys like him decide to come for the rest of us?